Welcome to Stock Explained, where business, tech, stocks, and the economy are broken down into simple, clear insights. This video is for informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Now let's dive into today's topic.
Welcome to the Depth Dive. Today we're looking at something pretty striking in the financial world, actually. While the broader market's been, well, a bit tricky lately, one big platform really shot up. We're talking about Reddit. Their Q2 2025 earnings caused quite a stir. The stock jumped, as much as 21%. So in this deep dive, we want to get past that headline number and really figure out what's behind this performance and, what it might mean going forward.
Exactly. Our mission here is to peel back the layers a bit, go beyond just the surface figures. We've looked at the financial reports, industry analysis, even what people are saying in the communities themselves. The goal is to pinpoint the strategies, the shifts, especially around tech integration, that are really driving things. We'll focus on the most interesting bits.
Okay, let's get right into those headline numbers then. They really do tell a story. What were the key figures from Q2 2025 that made everyone sit up and take notice? The ones that sort of defied the market mood.
Right. Well, the figures are definitely strong, maybe even transformative. Total revenue came in at $500 million. Now that's a 78% year-over-year jump. Analysts were thinking more like $426 million, so Reddit really blew past those estimates. It points to a monetization strategy that's, well, clearly working.
78% increase, wow. And profitability, that's been a question mark before, hasn't it?
It has, and this is maybe the most striking part. They reported a net income of $89 million. That's 18% of revenue dropping to the bottom line, a huge swing from a loss the previous year. So, yeah, not just breaking even, but generating significant profit.
Okay, $89 million profit after a loss. That's quite the turnaround. Anything else major in the financials?
Yeah, a couple other key things. Gross margin hit a record 90.8%. That's really high. Signals very efficient monetization. Very little cost directly tied to that revenue. And operating cash flow is strong too, $111 million. Gives them a lot of flexibility.
And the users, are people still engaging?
Yeah, it seems so. Daily active uniques, DAUQ they call it, grew 21% year over year, reached 110.4 million, so continued healthy growth there. Plus, their guidance for Q3 looks good too. They're projecting revenue between $535 and $545 million. Suggests they think this momentum isn't just a one-off thing.
Right. So putting it all together for you, the listener, these aren't just numbers. They show real momentum, a real shift. Which brings us to the big question. Where's this growth actually coming from? What's the secret sauce here?
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting, I think. A huge part of the story is how strategically they're using artificial intelligence. AI is woven through a lot of their business now. Let's start with ads. That's still their main business, right? AI-powered ad optimization, especially through something they call dynamic product ads, helped boost ad revenue by an incredible 84% year over year. That's $465 million just from ads.
84%, just from ads, dynamic product ads. How does the AI make them so much better?
Good question. It's about relevance. These AI campaigns aren't just throwing more ads out there. They're using AI to figure out the right ad for the right user at the right time, based on interests, what you've looked at, even conversations you're having in specific communities. So say you're talking about, hiking boots in a hiking subreddit. The AI can show you an ad for those boots, or similar ones right there.
Ah, okay, very targeted.
Extremely. And that's why they're reporting a 90% higher return on ad spend for the advertisers using them. 90%. That means businesses are getting way more value for their money, which makes Reddit a much more attractive place to advertise. They're using that unique community data really effectively.
Makes sense. So huge boost from ads. Are there other AI-driven revenue streams emerging too?
Absolutely. Data licensing is becoming a really big deal for them. Think about all the conversations on Reddit, millions of posts and comments every day. It's described as extremely valuable and essential for training AI models. It's real human conversation, slang, opinions, niche topics. Goldmine for teaching AI how people actually talk and think.
So they're selling access to that data.
They're licensing it, yeah, to companies building large AI models. And they're framing it as a recurring revenue stream with long-term potential. It diversifies their income away from just ads, which is smart, positions them as a key data provider in this whole AI boom.
Interesting. So AI boosts ads, creates this new data revenue. Is it helping them grow the user base itself too?
It seems to be, especially internationally. They're using AI-powered machine translation quite heavily now. This is breaking down language barriers, helping them grow international revenue by 71% year over year. and international daily users are up 32% to over 60 million. Their big vision here is that eventually translation tools mean language won't be a barrier at all on the platform, connect everyone.
That's ambitious. So AI for revenue, AI for growth. What about just making Reddit better to use day to day? Is AI helping there?
Yeah, definitely part of the strategy. Improving the user experience. Take their Answers feature. It's an AI search tool, basically. It's grown to 6 million weekly active users already. And they're integrating that more into the main search bar. So you can find information or get quick answers more easily, kind of like an internal expert. And they're also making a point about authenticity. Using tools, human verification tools, to make sure interactions are genuine reinforces that core idea of Reddit, talking to other humans. They want you to know you're not just interacting with bots.
Right, that human element is key to their brand. So it sounds like this AI push is pretty comprehensive, but you mentioned strategic shifts too. Are they changing focus in other ways that might affect, how the platform feels or works?
They are. It's not just about adding AI. It's also about focusing resources. They're deliberately shifting resources away from some areas to double down on the core product. One area they mentioned pulling back from is something they call the user economy.
User economy. What does that mean exactly, and why move away from it?
Well, it was a broad term, kind of covered things like paid communities, maybe tipping creators, features like that, ways for users to directly monetize or transact. By stepping back from those experiments, they're basically saying, let's get the main app experience absolutely right first. So the focus is now heavily on making it easier for new users to get started. Better personalization, getting more people logged in because logged in users are easier to monetize with ads, sharpening the focus.
Okay, so less experimenting, more focus on the core ad-supported experience. How does that actually change what I, as a user, might see?
You'll probably see more personalization. They're moving away from just having one big popular feed for everyone. Instead, the AI is tailoring feeds more to your specific interest, your location, what you actually engage with, trying to get stickier, more relevant just for you, especially helpful for new users, maybe less overwhelming.
And what about brands? Are they changing how brands interact?
They're leaning into it, actually. They highlighted that something like 40% of posts have a commercial nature, people asking for recommendations, discussing products, and the research apparently shows 80% of users feel some questions only humans can answer properly, like for real-world advice. And crucially, 60% of users say they're okay with brands participating if it's relevant and done respectfully, not just spammy ads.
Interesting. So an opportunity for brands to engage more directly, perhaps.
Exactly. It creates this unique space for businesses to have authentic conversations within relevant communities, build trust. It's different from just placing a banner ad.
So leaning into their strengths, streamlining, it sounds positive, but such fast growth often comes with challenges. What are the potential bumps in the road we should be aware of?
Absolutely. It's not all smooth sailing. Despite the great headline numbers, there are headwinds. For one, while overall user numbers are up, some analysis suggests the rate of growth might have slowed a bit recently. And particularly domestic usage, U.S. usage, seems somewhat flat. Raises questions about whether they might be hitting a plateau in their home market.
Okay, growth might be slowing in some areas. What about external factors? You mentioned AI earlier. Is it a threat as well as an opportunity?
It potentially is. A big chunk of Reddit's traffic historically came from people searching on Google and finding Reddit threads. But now, search engines are increasingly using AI to generate answers directly on the results page. These zero-click experiences. If the AI gives you the answer right there, you might not need to click through to Reddit anymore. That could definitely impact their traffic over time. It's a known concern, even mentioned in legal docs.
Right, the legal filings. There was that securities fraud lawsuit filed back in June, wasn't there? Tied to this AI search issue.
Yes, that's a significant factor to watch. The lawsuit basically alleges that executives might have downplayed how much these external AI search changes could affect Reddit's traffic and revenue, especially around the time of their IPO. Regardless of how the suit turns out, it brings legal costs, potential settlements, and it does raise questions about transparency around these risks. It highlights how tricky it is to predict user behavior with AI changing search so fast.
Definitely a shadow there. Are there internal pressures too? Like, are all these AI investments expensive?
They are. I mean, building and running sophisticated AI isn't cheap. So while the AI is boosting revenue, it's also noted that it's driving up operational costs. They'll need to manage that carefully to keep those profit margins healthy in the long run.
And the stock price itself, after that big surge.
Yeah, that's the final point some analysts raise: valuation. Given the current stock price relative to earnings and sales, some feel it might be a bit stretched, a bit optimistic, especially if those user traffic issues persist or costs keep rising. It's something investors are likely weighing up.
Okay, so it really is a complex situation. You've got this explosive growth, really impressive innovation powered by AI. But at the same time, there are these user growth questions, external pressures from AI search, legal issues, rising costs. What's the main takeaway for you, the listener, from this whole deep dive into Reddit's Q2?
I think the big picture here is seeing a platform fundamentally built on human conversation, figuring out how to thrive and monetize in an AI world. Reddit isn't just letting AI happen to it, they're actively using it to enhance their core offering and finding ways to leverage their unique human-generated content for AI, like with data licensing. It shows a clear strategy. Use AI to make the human element more valuable, more accessible, and generate revenue from it while staying true to that core community feel.
Which really does bring up a fascinating question for all of us, doesn't it? In this digital world where AI can summarize anything in seconds, how do platforms built on genuine, sometimes messy human interaction keep proving their unique value? And maybe think about what that means for how you find information and connect with communities online going forward, as that line between human and AI keeps getting blurrier. Definitely something to think about.
Thanks for watching Stock Explained. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment with your thoughts or questions. We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.